Hey, welcome back to the OGC. I'm going to take a few minutes today and we're going to do a coolant flush. I'm going to show you the process to do it, how easy it is, and save you a little money along the way. So let's get to it. Alright, don't need much as far as tools go on this one. We got ourselves a big drain pan because you're going to have to obviously empty the old coolant. Get yourself some, I like to do the premix 50/50. Also, this is a GM vehicle, so it needs to be Dex cooled. Just look at your manufacturer's specs. And then a couple hand tools. Alright, step one, first thing we're going to do is find our radiator cap. So go ahead and pop your hood, prop it up if you need to. And this particular model, there is a plastic cover. Radiator is going to be in the front here, obviously. And yours may or may not have a cover on it. You might just have access. In this situation, looks like we have these little pop plastic caps. So let me grab a tool and get this plastic off. These things can be, there's like a little center plug. If you pull up gently on it, you'll probably break it. And if you don't break it, it'll pop out. Something like that. Alright, once we get all those off, we're just gonna slowly but quickly, without breaking it, we're stuck there. And I missed one. Great. They do make a special tool for this, but I just used this little nail puller. It seems to work good enough. Should. There we go. And there is our radiator cap. So let me set this to the side and we'll move on to step 2. I don't know where we're at. Alright, now that we have access, I think it goes probably without saying, but I'm going to say it. Make sure you've let your engine cool before you go and open this. We don't need the hot lava coming out at you. Go ahead and untwist your cap, maybe. Oh, that baby's on there tight. Okay, that was a little bit of a bugger, but it came off. There's our overflow. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and jack up the front of the vehicle, put some jack stands under it so we can climb underneath. Alright, once you got her up on jack stands, give her the old shake test. Yeah, we're good. And go ahead and grab our bucket or whatever you got, pan. We're going to crawl under the front of the car here. And what we want to do is we want to find the lower rad hose and we're going to disconnect it, and it's going to make a mess. But typically that's the only way. Let's take a look and see what we got here. Okay, where is our hose? All right, there's our pinch clamp for our lower radiator hose. We're going to grab some pliers and try to slide that off there. Pretty sure this is going to turn into a big mess. Well, let's see what we can do here. Alright, where are we at? Right there. Don't give you much room to work on this, I can tell you that. I wonder if I can get that. I wonder if I can get that from the top, but not likely. Alright, give me a couple minutes here and try to get this clamp off here. There we go. Alright, got the clamp. Now try to pry that off with a screwdriver. This is gonna be like all things in the car. It's tight quarters. I'd show you more, but there's really nothing you can. No good way to look at this. I can barely see it myself, so. It's still pretty pliable, so I can. Okay, here it goes. I can feel it. This is gonna be a freaking mess. There's no good way to do this, as far as I can tell. Here it comes. Ah, there it goes. And let that drain. I got it off just enough and just let it drip. I'm gonna let it drain, and then we'll simply put the hose back on, fire it. We'll put some more coolant back in, some fresh stuff. Let's see what this looks like. And then we'll have to cycle it and let it heat up and stuff and make sure we bubble it and everything, get the air bubbles out of it. But let's let this drain, and then I'll show you what I got when I'm done. Slowing down a little bit. I'm gonna see if I can get the hose the rest of the way off without getting it in my eyes. There we go. I think it goes without saying that you're not getting all of the old fluid out. You know, the stuff in the black and stuff is still going to be in there. But what you're doing is you're flushing and draining the radiator out completely. By pulling off that bottom radiator hose, you're getting everything out of the radiator. A little bit out of the engine block maybe. I think a system typically holds around 10 quarts. That's just an average. You're not going to get that much out. This is a good maintenance idea and just gives you an idea of what your cooling system looks like. All right, let's take a peek. This is a clean pan. Now this is a big pan, so I don't know how many quarts we got out, maybe 5. But still got a little bit of color to it, but it's definitely dirty. There's some floaties, some things in here floating around. That could have come off the cross member. You know, when you drain it, it's going across a bunch of that, so that's more than likely why there's stuff in it. But it's definitely due for a change. So we can't hurt it by doing this. And when we pour the new stuff in, you'll see the color difference and what it's supposed to look like. So, all right, we're halfway there. So step 4.5, I don't know where we're at. I'm gonna go back under there, grab my pliers, put that lower rad hose back on. It's really forgiving, it's not hard at all, so it doesn't need to be replaced. There's plenty of give to it. If they're really hard or brittle, you're gonna wanna replace them. Typically, later model vehicle, you won't have that issue. So I'm gonna go get the hose back on underneath and then we'll go back top side. All right, I'll try to get a view. Man, I freeze here. Hopefully you might be able to see that a little better right there. Slide it back on the radiator. Make sure you get it all the way up, just like that. And we're gonna Grab our pliers. And try turning it a little bit so I can get on that. Get it on there. Okay, finally got that bottom clamp on. I was struggling to get my pliers up there enough where there just wasn't enough room where I could reach both tabs to pinch them and then also have enough movement to open it. I don't know if that makes sense. So I tried like 3 different pliers, finally came across these, which I didn't even know, I forgot I had. They've got a little different shape to them. These did the trick, popped it right on there. So that was about 15 minutes of struggle there, but we got her on there now, and got her on there. It looks good. Hopefully you can see that, but anyway, it's on there, trust me. All right, now let's get the new stuff in. I'm gonna drop it back down first. All right, we're back top side here. I'm gonna go ahead and open our new fluid here. Take a look at it. And let me grab a funnel because I'm gonna make a mess. Got our funnel. Let's go ahead and start dumping our orange goo in. You can see how bright orange that is. Drink up, little buddy. Looks like Fanta orange pop. All right, it's enough to get us started. Let's go ahead and get the engine started up and bleed the system. Alright, now you're going to let it heat up until you hear the fans kick on. Once the fans kick on, that means the thermostat opened up and we should start cycling the fluid and it'll start bubbling out. Alright, it's been about 5 minutes or so. Still not circulating yet, fans haven't kicked on. It's not quite the temperature yet, but I'm not seeing any leaks. I'm gonna give it another 10 minutes or so, come back and check, and I want to see fluid. It's starting to bubble now. The thermostat's probably getting ready to open up. It'll start bubbling, getting the air out of the lines. We'll probably have to add more coolant. Alright, curious where we're at here. We're showing about 100 there. The engine. Not quite there yet. Still bubbling. I'm just gonna let it sit. It's been about 15 minutes or so. It's cool out tonight though, so take a little longer. All right, we are circulating. You see it moving through there? Kind of hard to see, but it is open. However, my fans haven't kicked on, which makes me think I need to check my relay fuse for my fan. I'm gonna do that in a minute. But we are looking really good here. just that easy. Have a little patience. Make sure you top it off, let it heat up. Maybe you'll find other issues, like I'm finding my fans aren't kicking on. I feel like they should be, but I don't feel them at all. So I'm gonna look at the fuse in a minute and see if I can figure out what's going on there. But anyways, feels good to get a little maintenance done. You know what they say, $1 of maintenance is worth 4 repair, I don't know, something, repairs, you know what I mean. Anyways, if you guys got anything out of this video, appreciate it if you smash that subscribe button for me. Helps the guy out. And you know, we'll do some more projects like this, maybe help somebody out and save you a little money in the process. So until next time, we'll see you on the OGC. Alright, now what happened to my cap? There it is. It fell all the way down here. There we go. Tap this back up.